Maloelele, my name is Latai Taumopeau. I'm Australian born. I was born here in Sydney in the Eora Nation. My heritage is actually Tongan, the Kingdom of Tonga, in the South Pacific. I grew up in Sydney, in Marrickville and in Nuku'alofa, the main city or town centre in Tonga. And also my maternal village, Nuku, which is in Hihifo. I come from two clans that I recognise, the Ha'ahavea, which is my maternal clan, and the Ha'awhisimoha'amoa, which is my paternal clan. My surname is Taumoepeau, which translates battle with waves. And so I have a navigator heritage as well, which I'm really proud of. And I feel that it informs a lot of the work that I do. My arts practice is performance. I came from a dance background. I'm interested in ritual and ceremony, which I also see as performance arts practice as well. So I call myself, or I refer to myself as a punake, which is in Tongan, a composer of music and movement. This is a Ngatu. It is a mulberry bark cloth that's been made by a group of women. Actually, all these pieces are made by women, and which is my interest in this particular object. But generally, I am interested in material culture that are made by women because they're made collectively. When I looked at this really closely, I could see that the black lines seemed quite deep and almost gouged out, or very similar. It looks quite similar to me to some kind of tattooing. But I became really interested in these really fine lines, the very sparse type design on it. I'm really interested in this material culture, and I'm interested in this piece because I'm interested in the things that you can't see. I kind of started looking at this piece as a body adornment piece, which was part of the brief. So one of the things that we do with Ngatu is we wrap the bodies in this cloth, and it's buried with this cloth. And so my work for this exhibition is about looking at the transformations that happen within the lines of the piece, and maybe its role within the funeral ceremony, and so I'm interested in what you don't see in the collection. So there's a whole lot of objects here in the museum, and sure, we can identify what this is, maybe even where it was made, but I'm more interested in the invisible, intangible cultural stuff that's attached. This may have been a gift in a funeral setting, because not only is this material culture used to wrap the dead, it's also presented in exchange to show respect to the family that are mourning. It's used as a floor covering. So there are different hierarchical roles that an object like this can play in a ceremony or in a ritual. And that's what we don't see. When I open up this drawer, I don't see that, I don't know that, but that's what I'm interested in. It's where this has been, what its function could be, and how it still exists today. One of our roles could be one that is to preserve certain traditions, recreate and maintain, not necessarily just the techniques of the object, but the belief systems, the intangible things that go with these things. So there could be confrontation around some of those things because of varying spiritual beliefs, and also just the need to maintain a new lifestyle, which is the one of the West, which is where we mainly live now. But I think artists have a perspective that may assist in keeping some of these things, and not just maintaining them as how they were always made, but ensuring that they evolve as well, because that's part of the culture.